Growing up, I wanted to be a little bit thicker. I didn't like how skinny I was. I wore padded underwear. I wore a booty pop. Like, I was that thin. I wanted a little cushion for the push-in. So I heard about these injections from some friends of mine. I knew other people who had had them and they had no issues. They absolutely loved them.
Taryn Quinteri's butt injections were supposed to be a dream come true. They ended up being her nightmare.
You wanted some jiggle.
Yeah.
And so these are the lengths that you went to, and you're not alone.
Yeah.
But it's cost you a lot. Do you feel like it was worth it?
Absolutely not. One of the people that specialize in silicone injection removals told me that what I had done to my body was worse than cancer.
Whether it's photo editing, angles, or shapewear, our cultural fixation with beautiful bottoms is a trend that continues to get bigger. Glamorized across pop culture, big bouncing bottoms are everywhere, from songs like Anaconda
Look at her butt.
to Megan Thee Stallion's body. The obsession is real, whether it's the real rump you're born with or the procedures you can purchase for thousands of dollars. Last year in the U.S., there were over 61,000 buttocks augmentation surgeries, including the most popular, the Brazilian butt lift surgery, or BBL. Seeing women lined up in wheelchairs returning home from getting cheap, out-of-state, even out-of-country procedures are common at certain airports. And the biggest marketing tool of all, social media. But the reality is, for all their popularity, procedures like BBLs and injections also run the risk of severe complications and even permanent disfigurement.
It's an epidemic that's actually getting worse as social media is becoming more popular.
I like texts from my exes when they want a second chance.
Even I Like It's Cardi B
I do what they say I can't. They call me
coming clean to Vlad TV about getting injections in a basement before making it big.
I was desperate to have a bigger ass, and then almost every girl was going to this lady that was getting the shots in Queens, and it's like, well, give me her number and hook me up, and it's like, I did what I did.
But 8 years after getting those shots, Cardi recently telling her fans over Instagram,
I actually removed my ass shots out of my butt. I removed 95% of it. Whatever you do, don't get ass shots. Don't get ass shots, bro. I'm really against them.
And for many, the price of their ideal bottom has cost them their lives.
Chasing this beauty ideal has actually become deadly.
A back alley cosmetic procedure cost the life of a 20-year-old girl.
A lot of these people are duped. I've seen cement injected, crazy glue, fiberglass, sand, raw silicone that they'd purchased at a hardware store.
This is the surgery to remove the injection that I got done.
It's almost like an underground epidemic. We had 110 victims, unauthorized procedures, using an unauthorized product done by people that aren't certified.
Yeah, go ahead and hop on.
Taryn is an entrepreneur tattoo artist who specializes in camouflaging scars. Initially, she was thinking of getting a BBL, but
There was nothing really available for me at the time. I couldn't get a BBL. I didn't have any fat to transfer.
The cost of a Brazilian butt lift varies on where you go in the United States, but in New York City and California, it's at a minimum $10,000 and sometimes goes up to $30,000. We take fat via liposuction, usually from the abdomen or the flanks or the thighs. We process it, we flip the patient over, we do a little more liposuction above the butt, below the butt, and we get the fat, and then we augment it by injecting it into the buttocks.
Some of the reasons why some people opt to get buttock injections as opposed to go through with the BBL procedure is the cost, not being able to travel. Some people may not be able to afford it. There's also the fact that some people may not have enough fat in order to graft to their buttocks.
Taryn was too skinny to get a BBL, so she did what thousands of other women do and turned to illegal butt injections. After 4 years of asking friends for recommendations and poking around, Taryn found a mother-daughter injecting team. Their names, Libby Adame and Alicia Galaz.
I reached out, I talked to them, and she had done her own daughter, so I completely trusted her. And I was also told that it was a form of injection that would dissolve in a few years, and I researched the product that she said it was, and it all seemed fine.
So in 2017, Taryn traveled to a swanky Las Vegas hotel for her shots. And outside the room, she joined a long line of women awaiting their turn.
So I went ahead and did it, and I loved it at first. Everything was amazing, and then all of a sudden I developed a rash, and it was just on my butt cheeks, so I knew it was the injections, and I knew something was wrong.
Are you gonna do some yoga with me?
Though Taryn says she saw multiple specialists, she says she still doesn't know what was injected into her body. Dr. Tansar Mir, a New York-based plastic surgeon who does silicone removals but hasn't seen Taryn, says that any injected foreign substance is problematic.
It doesn't even matter what's injected. It's stuff that doesn't belong in your body. It's not sterile, it's not processed. In large quantities, it's not allowed. Like, people's bodies react to stuff all the time.
And get this, the FDA doesn't approve any foreign substance being injected into the buttocks or used for body contouring, only your own fat. And they warn that injectable silicone can cause serious injury or even death.
The problems that people tend to have are autoimmune problems. They feel tired, they get back pain, they get burning and itching in their butt. Their legs feel heavy and numb, they have difficulty walking. Sometimes it's 3 weeks from the time of injection, sometimes it's 30 years later.
I could end up on dialysis in 10 years. The product could migrate into different parts of my body. I thought, okay, I have to tell my mom that, like, I might not be around to take care of her when she's older. How I shouldn't have kids, probably because I may die of silicone poisoning at some point. I paid, under $5,000 to have this done, and it's costing me my life at this point.
That same duo was eventually charged with the murder of another woman, Carissa Rajpal, who died after allegedly getting injections from Adame and Galaz in 2019. She posted one of her procedures on social media.
Wearing ankle monitors, the mother and daughter recently appeared in court for the first time, where they were photographed by DailyMail.com. Both pled not guilty to murder and practicing medicine without certification.
We reached out to Libby Adame's lawyer for comment multiple times and have yet to hear back.
Alicia Galaz's lawyer telling us that as much as Miss Alicia Galaz would love to sit down for an interview and share her side of the story, now is not the appropriate time given the pending criminal action. Ms. Galaz vigorously denies and disputes the charges against her and looks forward to her day in court.
For Taryn, with the possibility of being poisoned by potentially toxic materials injected into her body that can migrate, she decided she had no choice but to get it removed. But she's facing a choice to do the surgery here in the U.S. or do it in Colombia.
They are better at leaving you still aesthetically pleasing, which I care about because I'm young and vain and I want to live pretty.
Will she choose her health or her looks? And the LAPD launches an investigation into Libby Adame and Alicia Galaz. What will they find?
Our thanks to Janae. For Taryn's journey and more on the LAPD investigation into illegal injections, watch the full episode on Impact by Nightline, streaming now on Hulu.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.